Hello and hey, today we're messing around with Warframe. The Sisters of Parvos update has finally arrived, and with it a brand new batch of weapons. The very first weapon that I saw was the Tenet Tetra. Was interested enough in the alt-fire grenade launcher to go ahead and start a lich with that. So we'll go over the results of that decision. Of course, starting off the build, we'll snag Serration for that fistful of flat damage. Pretty obvious choice that we might see it start to fall its way out of a few builds, which is interesting. Did not think that would be the case. But we'll go ahead and slot in Galvanized Chamber for that immense multi-shot, especially that defeating enemies part of that. It's fine if you only have Split Chamber for now, but Galvanized is balls out insane. Third, we'll go ahead and throw on Hunter Munitions, as we need a way to deal with higher leveled armored enemies. The slash procs that will decimate them when this triggers the extreme amount of multi-shot from, say, Galvanized Chamber. Will add to that even more. And of course, we do need to crit to actually proc those slashes. So Point Strike for now, that gets us up to 70%. And of course, Vital Sense for that big multiplier to our crits. But we are using the alt-fire grenade, so I would definitely consider taking off Point Strike in favor of Critical Delay, which we do miss that 20% fire rate. It does kind of show up, especially in automatic mode, but since we're not going to be using that so much, it does give us an extra 50% critical chance, bringing us all the way up to 84%. Which Hunter Munitions will really appreciate. But while we're focused on those slash procs, we want to amplify those with the Elemental Combo Viral, which is of course made with Cold and Toxin. Go ahead and slam those 60/60 mods on. The more procs, the better. And then lastly, the final slot is a bit of a toss-up, kind of choice of the taster. Would love it if Kinetic Ricochet would apply to the alt-fire, but did not appear to do anything from my testing. Reload speed would also be great, but just can't really see if that warrants the full mod slot. So I'm going to go ahead and use Hammer Shot. It's a bit of a pricey mod, but I just think the crit damage and status chance kind of fits our style of usage. There are obviously other contenders, especially if you lack the Galvanized Chamber mod. It wouldn't be terrible to throw on Vigilante Armaments, for example, just for that more multi-shot. And then one that I'll probably forget to show here is Galvanized Aptitude, but that's more for the regular fire. So you need to adjust for which firing style you are trying to build. For the Exilus slot, as you'll see here, I just throw on Vigilante Supplies. Using 80 ammo per shot makes this thing extremely hungry, but as long as you're hitting the mark, you should have no problem getting it back. And unfortunately for the new Arcane slot, I don't have any of the one that is going to be great. That extra insane damage, but the 30% reload speed and 100% maximum ammo are going to be incredible. Anyway, I've talked enough, so let's go ahead and get this show on the road. Switching into alt-fire and back is a little bit clunky, but you probably won't be switching back and forth, so it's totally fine. And these shots have a big, nice 8-meter range. So getting started, it should only take about 3 or 4 shots to clear out this, 4 being if we're pretty unlucky with our procs. That's not exactly the best representation yet, however. And now that we have those Galvanized Chamber stacks, as you can see in the upper right, we can expect to bulldoze through them even quicker. It should be 2 or 3 shots. 3's kind of unlucky, but it definitely happens from time to time. This one looks like it's going to be 2 for these level 160 Corrupted Heavy Gunners. And we just spawned some more in, but we can go ahead and grab all that ammo back after those 2 rounds. Just in case you didn't know how powerful Vigilante Supplies was. And that would pretty much just about do it, what I think you should be using early on, but Primary Merciless is also great as well. Obviously, share your thoughts down in the comments if you'd like to see how else I use. I know people want to see regular fire mode, so I'll go ahead and throw a clip in right as you're seeing it. Please note, it's not modded specifically for that. This is pretty much just the same build, maybe plus Galvanized Aptitude. So the very super slow fire rate, which you'll want to adjust because the maximum results will not be achieved on this low rate of fire. Neither firing style is necessarily my cup of tea, but the damage numbers obviously don't lie. Do not sleep on this weapon. It's very, very strong, even with my kind of fun, silly build. Good luck in the update. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Be safe, guys.